Hello and welcome to a Prussian Night review of Studio Series Car Mode Shatter. Now this will be a two-part review, and I do apologize for my gap in uploads. My job, I recently started another job and it's been hectic. I have very little time off during the week and it's just hectic. I'm trying to move stuff around. I did lose my audio equipment and my tripod, so I've got my phone kind of balanced on basically a clay pot here, trying to get it to stay in place. So if it falls, I do apologize for that, and I do apologize for the video and audio quality of this. I'm shooting this before I have to go to work, so this review will be a two-part review. I'll do the robot mode. I'll do the robot mode and then the vehicle mode. Robot mode. Do a review on the robot mode, and then my next review will be of me transforming the figure. That is because, if you don't know, this figure is like Titanium Megatron, as this arm isn't so bad. Her knees are really loose, but this arm, as soon as you go to move it, I did do some work on the ball joints here, so they're not as bad, but as you can see, just moving it on a normal transformer shouldn't be a problem, but shatter is a bit of a pain. If you haven't seen this, it's about like Titanium Megatron, because there is some forward and back here on the ball joint with this joint, and if you put any pressure right here on the chest, or the chest plate, it just pops off. This figure is really known for falling apart. Get this back on here. Which, this piece right here it's supposed to snap onto, not really snap onto the chest, but it's supposed to sit on there. Things are coming untabbed. But it doesn't, they should have really ran a pin through there, because if you were to pick up the figure and you kind of push on that and you push it into place, it will pop off here. I'm not sure if you can see it. You can kind of see the tab there it's supposed to be, but if you want to push it in place, everything just kind of untabs and squishes back into, tries to kind of, and as you can see, just trying to get her back straightened, everything keeps coming apart. So this figure is not a bad figure, just it's on the line of Titanium Megatron. If you've never seen that one, I don't have that figure, but I have seen multiple reviews of it, and I can get Shattered to come back together here. That figure just falls apart at the slightest touch, and so does this one, apparently. Which is what I was, as you can clearly see, she's just falling apart in my hands. Give me 1 second here, folks. Why does she not want to tab back together? That is why I'm doing this review in two parts, is because this figure just is not the greatest. It it comes apart too easily on the back panels. The shoulders fall off all the time. The chest plate, the chest section, this really isn't a chest plate, it's more of her chest and midsection. Wonderfully detailed, but it doesn't want to stay on. I don't know if that's just my figure or all of them in general, but the arms, you can kind of see, just trying to get her back together to robot mode is a nightmare. And these are the fenders in robot or vehicle mode. Just rotating them to transform her will cause them to fall off. I did some work on them as well. Come on, focus with me, camera. I did some work on them as well, so they're not as bad as when I first got her out of the box. But when I first got her out of the box, you'd go to fold them and they would just fall off. So this figure is not bad if you don't mind taking the time to fix her and kind of fix what Hasbro kind of messed up here. Now, I'm not saying Hasbro did a bad job or anything, but this figure is not the best. Articulation wise, her head is on a ball joint, so you can do a full 360, can look up, can look down a little bit. It's not on a neck joint, it's just on a normal ball joint, which really should have been on a neck joint there, so you get her looking up and down better. Shoulders are on a ball joint, although if you first get her out of the package, these will fall off. I guarantee that as soon as you move them, they're going to fall off. Mine are not as bad. As I said, I had to do a lot of work to them. Shoulders are on a ball joint. They can move forward and back, kind of on a butterfly joint in there. Swivel just above the elbow. 90 degrees of bend at the elbow, and no wrist articulation. I do apologize for this review being rushed. Like I said, I'm doing this before work, and this figure is not really a mess. She's just got a lot of problems. Legs, this is where part of the problems come in. These ball joints are actually located here. And if you notice, there's a lot of junk right here. You have the rocker panels. You have the rocker panels and exhaust of the car. So that ball joint is really limited. And if you move the fenders out of the way without them falling off, she can kick forward that far, can kick back that far, can move out that much. She has a swivel right above her knee. And she does have a double jointed knee here, but it's awkward to use because of all the stuff on the back, and there's no real way that's as far up as it moves unless you want to untab it and move it back. But then when you untab it, move it back, this untabs from the head joint right here, or the head joint, yes, the plate that the head sits on, and that'll cause her head to not really stay in place, this section right here. So it's just a mess. And she does have kind of a double ankle joint right there and there, so you can get a lot of movement there and there. You can get it moving back all the way. It is a bit loose on mine, so I kind of have it folded up like that. And no torso articulation because of the transformation. It's a solid piece. I mean, it's not really solid. It's just kind of, it all kind of snaps together there. So there's no way she could have a waist articulation. There we go. And that piece is probably going to fall off. Accessory-wise, she does come with these guns. I mean, you can kind of see there's beautiful molding done on the arm. Just not so much on this side. It's plain. Very, very plain, which nothing wrong with that. That's why I leave her guns plugged in. So we'll set her back, take a look at her guns. And I can't get her to stand up correctly. Every time, the untabbing part's more of me just trying to get her to stand, probably putting too much force on it. But some of the other parts do fall off. And it is a bit awkward to even really get her to stand. You can see the guns here are really nicely detailed. I wish there was more paint on them. You can just see lots of lovely, lovely detail. I do wish they were painted. I know that the Barricade's weapon is not painted. That's just solid black. Ratchet's saw blade is painted. Bumblebee's gun is painted silver and yellow, which isn't bad, but I do wish her gun and Dropkicks was painted. And if you hear kind of crunching noises, that's my cat eating. But lots of lovely detail on Shatter. Let's show you the details. You got some vents there, some silver above the kneecaps, some more silver. Got 722 on those panels there. Some silver grating. Like I said before, beautifully detailed torso plate that falls off really, really easily. And her head, I know the jet one. I don't have the jet one yet. My Walmart, come on. Are you gonna focus? Come on. My autofocus is just being a royal pain today. I know the Studio Series Jet mode has the exposed face, and this one has this faceplate, but my Walmart literally just now got the Voyager First Movie Megatron Studio Series in, so they're incredibly slow. But the face is okay. It's very, very muddy with the paint and design. It's just bland, and I'm trying to look at her eyes here. She does have painted yellow eyes on the visor, I believe. I'm not entirely sure, but it's an okay head sculpt. I prefer the other head, so when I get the other one, if I get the other Studio Series, I'm going to take the head off that one, put it on here, because honestly, this figure should not have come with the battle mask or flight mask, whatever you want to call it. It should have came with the exposed face, and that figure come with this head. Honestly, that's why I would swap them, because it makes more sense to have, you know, a full face mask or faceplate or, you know, flight helmet look on a jet rather than on a car. That's just me. You know, a lot of people are probably going to leave that head on there, but I'm going to take it and... Come on, you gonna focus? I take my hands out of the shot and sometimes it focuses, sometimes it doesn't. But altogether, she's not a bad figure. I'm going to try to shoot for uploading the transformation of this figure Thursday. I know this review is probably the worst review of this figure, being in 2 parts. Believe me, I'd rather do this than my job. I can't stand my job. I hate it. It is ungodly horrible. I'm not going to say what job it is for confidentiality and to protect the business I work for. But one thing I do need to mention is these panels that are black gloss painted. They're actually red with this paint on there. And I don't really like transforming this figure because I don't want to scratch up this glossy black paint. I'm going to transform it for you guys, the like 3 people that are going to watch this video, because, you know, in the end, you know, I'd rather have some people watch it and get you know, enjoyment out of watching me transform it than rather nobody get enjoyment out of it. And if I scratch paint up on the transformation, you know, I'm going to be bummed out, but I'm just glad that somebody gets enjoyment out of these. But this has been a Prussian Knight review on the robot mode of Shatter. Again, I apologize for this review being late and everything kind of falling apart and the audio and visual quality. I did get my second Jetstorm in the mail about 2.5 weeks ago. I have not had a chance to review it with work and everything. I can't find my actual tripod or my audio equipment. You know, so I had to move some stuff around and clean some stuff up. As you may have recalled in that video, my roof was leaking and some of my stuff got ruined, some of it didn't, so a lot of things kind of got pushed back. But if you like this video, comment on what I could do better or what you liked about it. Subscribe if you'd like for more reviews. And this has been a Prussian Knight review, and you folks have a wonderful evening, a wonderful day. Whatever time you're watching this, this will probably go up tonight at about 8 o'clock, sometime around there. And I thank you for watching, and I will catch you folks next time.